Part 2.
It's that time.
The Purple Bowl of Destiny. You know, I got to tell you, the way that this show is going so far, we've been like hit. Purple Bowl of Destiny better not disappoint.
Oh, I'm forgetting. It could disappoint, couldn't it? No, surely not. Surely it won't disappoint.
Let's hope.
Dun, dun, dun. Right. Okay. Say when. Shiver.
I'm gonna give it like 2 seconds. Keep on mixing because
keep on mixing.
We have to send positive vibes.
Right. Send positive vibes.
Positive vibes to the Purple Bowl of Destiny. And now.
Right. Oh, one just leapt out in between my fingers this time. Right. Okay.
There you go.
Let's have a look and see what that says. Wow. I don't know what this means, but whether it means you, the listener, choose. I think originally this was going to be when we were live. It was you choose,
right.
But let's say you choose. Tom, your choice. So what's it to be? A genre that you don't like, a genre that you do like, something random?
Let's check out the screen here.
I'm just dabbing. If you wonder what I'm fiddling about with all the time, I'm just dabbing my Mac because it just keeps overheating. So I have a flannel and it's just dabbing it, like nursing it like it's got the fever or something.
Oh no, I didn't get your Mac sick, did I?
I think it's spread. Yeah, it's just it's on its last legs. It's going to be dying soon, I'm sure. But basically, yeah, it has to be dabbed to cool down. I've got a fan underneath it. Still not enough. It is old. It's, old and grey. Silverhead Mac.
All right. So I just hit the wheel on my mouse like 5 times.
Right.
So we got progressive rock, drum and bass, UK hip hop.
The highlighted one is electro. I say highlighted, it's grayed out.
It's just,
that's telling you something there.
I think I'd like to listen to some UK hip hop. Yeah, okay. It's just, I'm a hip hop fan. For those of you who don't know this just yet, you'll get to know that about me. I'm a very big fan. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Snoop. Yeah, no, I did say that right. I thought I said Snoop Doctor for a second. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, we got to go back obviously to 50 Cent, Ice Cube, Ice-T. We get the oldies in there and everything like that. So the hip hop and rap genre, I have a love for. Most of my songs are based around those genres, even though they're electronic, but I do definitely have that flow to it. So UK hip hop, it is probably my favorite group of the UK hip hop genre, which is the Streets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially I heard them the first time when they released Original Pirate Material, and that was absolutely fantastic. So let's try that one, UK hip hop, since we're
I mean, it's just it's funny because I'm not really into hip hop, but I did like the Streets because it's just something a bit different, unique, and creative as well. This is the thing for me, for music's very creative, and that really was. It just had so much going on and lots of little clever things going on lyrically and musically.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of British music that I like. Obviously, if we have to go beyond the obvious, which would be rock and kind of like pop. So we have to go beyond David Bowie and John Lennon and for crying out loud,
Queen.
Oh my God, Elton John.
Yeah.
So we have to go beyond that, right? So there was a group that was called Big Audio Dynamite.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they weren't massive in the UK, to be honest. Only a couple of hits.
It was a UK group, though, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they had a song with two of their big songs that I really really loved was they couldn't have had like a really more unique style. They were rock and kind of like hip hop and pop and everything like fused into one, because they had a song that was called Innocent Child, which was just this beautiful guitar ballad that would like make you cry every freaking time you heard it. And then they had the song called I Don't Know, which was just like this. It was like an upbeat kind of like a techno song. And it's just like these two songs in my mind. I still remember the first time that I listened to it because my friend Danny had given me a cassette tape. Okay.
Right.
I'm still listening to this on a freaking Walkman. Okay. So I popped into the Walkman and I don't know came on and I'm just like hit the rewind button like constantly just to listen to that one again. It was just like it was great. It was fire.
Well, I used to like E equals MC. Well, the one I knew and bought the 12-inch of was E equals MC squared, which actually was quite a good 12-inch. A lot of the 80s ones were.
Energy equals MC squared. I remember that one as well.
It was it was just a really, they did have a unique style, and it was using a lot of samples as well, which people weren't doing massively at that stage. I mean, they were about 80, 85, 86 really when they started, because it was an offshoot of the Clash, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. I gotta say that they were probably ahead of their time, because for modern day, as far as that music is concerned, the closest that I would personally say that we can get that going to would be Muse. Muse has that kind of style, right? Where they're rock, but there's just something that really, really, really works right there. Like Muse also could be like the new Depeche Mode for me, because they have some really, so if you listen to the song Wrong, you could compare that to, like, let's say like Knights of Sidonia. Muse also had that entire album, which I think was like a YouTube exclusive also, which was called Simulation Theory. Simulation Theory is absolutely brilliant. Oh, Carlos left. Carl, why did you leave me?
Oh, sorry.
Carl.
That was my fault that time. It's because I was moving the computer around and right. Cut long story short, I've got a dodgy lead and it just comes out very easily. I have got another lead which I should use, but because it plugs in behind the cupboard, it's hard to get to, so I just haven't done it, but it's my fault entirely. I pulled out the cable.
Gotcha. It's all good. So, God, I don't know where I left off now. Oh my goodness, this is going to be a nightmare editing later. Like, trying to figure out what I said with this one. So, reposted 3 months ago, but it is the newest song in this particular genre, which is the UK hip hop. I'm kind of surprised about that. I was thinking that UK hip hop would definitely have a lot more uploads to it. But here is Nightmizzy with Do This Naturally.
Ever since I left the block, don't keep no rock in my sock. Still hold it there at the spot. Still gotta watch for the cop. No time's the only thing that could stop. Got a family but I still move hot. Fly OT and set up shop. Couldn't be without weed, I'd be a lost guy. There's never a second that I'm not high. I'm trying to make a million from a crop. Leave for days and come back with guap. I hear them say they're down for me, I think that they're not. The world's going mad, it's got me losing the plot. That's why I see the world in a crazy way. I'm trying to stack peas for a rainy day, and with these bricks I'ma pave the way. They say they know me, I don't know them. I don't know myself, I've been broken. It's only with a few I am open. I never chose the roads I was chosen, and this could be the realest shit I've spoken. Cause I don't speak my thoughts, I just hold them. How can I sleep? I gotta stay woken. Gotta stay woke for the pocket to be swollen. I don't follow them, I'm not a shizzy. I'm trying to make money in my slizzy. The shit on my mind's too dizzy. The journey's been stizzy, but man, I built solid, not wizzy. She wanna fly away for the whizzy, and I'm loving the physique of the frizzy. I love what she do in the shizzy, but I got it easy with my nigga, that's. Yeah, I love to smoke, like to drink a bit. Yeah, I'm fighting life at the brink of it. And anytime I sit there and think of it, I love to bring 'em up, but when I try sink my shit. Yeah, I love to smoke, like to drink a bit. Yeah, I'm fighting life at the brink of it. And anytime I sit there and think of it, I love to bring 'em up, but when I try sink my shit. So high I'm driving with no headlight. Man, you don't know what my head's like. I need to get my head right. I'm not the type to ever stop for a fed light. I blow weed and I blow past the red light. Next left and the next right while I'm getting net light. From in love getting wet tight. Me, I won't change, but the bread might. I said I won't change, but the bread might. Fuck it, call the bread will. Had a bit of love, now it's dead still. Me, I keep it moving like a treadmill. Matrix set still, blue with a red pill. But you ready for reality? Calm living with insanity. Voices in my head wanna hassle me. Man in the mirror wanna challenge me. Fuck it, calm, ready for the battle, G. Do the shit naturally.
Technical issues. Carlos Fandango, your countryman here, so take it away, sir.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, hip hop's not really my thing, my bag, but I do appreciate when, you know, some things do appeal a little bit, and I thought it was quite good actually. It was when they have a good loop. Yeah, because it's more about the words and the delivery rather than the music, which I always find a bit disappointing about it. That's the thing about rap and hip hop that I don't like, that I do about things like Kendrick Lamar and Eminem, because it's creative. But this one, actually, oddly enough, they're often quite hypnotic, and yeah, they sort of, the music kind of just, you sort of get into that sort of loop mentality with the music. I thought actually, you know, it's pretty good sort of flow, and the vibe of the way he sung it, delivered it was really good actually. I quite liked it. I mean, there's something about it that was pretty good, engaging, and you could hear all the lyrics. It wasn't too in your face and aggressive. You know, you get your usual sort of F-bombs, S-bombs and stuff. But, you know, it wasn't bad. I mean, it's pretty good. I'm not a connoisseur of hip-hop, so I wouldn't know really if it's, you know, good or bad objectively. But I thought it was, overall, sounds like he's got his own style. So, all right.
Yeah. So we got Nightmizzy here again. Go check out Nightmizzy. Links obviously in the video description below. So my beef with it was that it kind of has that general kind of like lyric style where it's just like, okay, well, we're smoking, we're drinking, we got money, we're doing this, blah blah blah. You know, kind of like it seems to be the atypical kind of like rap theme nowadays and everything like that. You know, rap and hip hop. I gotta say, from a production standpoint, the quality is good. He definitely has, you know, his own flow, which is kind of like, I do like the UK kind of like hip hop and rap more these days, because it kind of like seems like even though like the whole genre is kind of like doing the same thing, right? Where it's just all about money and cars and you know and living large and you know getting bank and you know and doing everything. It's just the UK hip hop definitely has its own meaning to it, which means that you know there's more words, you know, per minute than there is in any kind of like typical like American like hip hop song, right? So like the one that we were talking about doing the contest with, like Way Too Sexy, right? Like it's kind of like the same recycled beat kind of like all over again. And the three contributors to that kind of like were just kind of like singing the same thing, if that makes sense to you.
Right.
Where as opposed to this one's telling a story from kind of like start to finish, even though there are the gratuitous, you know, F-bombs and, you know, shit and everything thrown in there, you know what I mean? But I think overall it was
F-bombs and shit.
bombs and shit, you know? So
yeah.
I'm trying to keep it as kid friendly as we can.
Not if we're playing hip hop, it won't be.
No, it's definitely not working, that's for sure. So Nightmizzy, I got to tell you, listen, keep it up. There's, I think there's a different way to go about the song. I do like it, especially, since we were just talking about the streets and Big Audio Dynamite. The streets paved their way with their own style. Big Audio Dynamite paved the the streets with their own style. So it's kind of like, I do think that Nightmizzy there has something going. It's just, I don't think we need to be as gratuitous as we are with everything else. If that'll make sense to you, Carl.
Yeah. I've long sort of thought that actually it's sort of it could. I think what gets me with a lot of the stuff, as I say, a specific aforementioned artists aside, who are very creative, a lot of the hip hop and rap genre is just lacking creation and originality, and it's all about the same sort of stuff, which is okay. That's the world that people live in, but I mean, I can write about my daily experiences, or I can write about things that I imagine. I can write about things that I see in daily life, or things that have been in the past, things that I think might be in the future. There's a lot of subject matter to actually potentially sing and talk and rap or whatever about. So why don't people do that? And why do people have to stay in their lane and on the tracks rather than go somewhere else with it? I mean, this is why my son was saying about, I think it was Little Sims he's been listening to, and he said it's a bit jazzy, it's a bit funky, a bit 80s, a bit 90s, and so it's going all over the place, a little bit orchestral stuff. That's creative, and so the genre could be a lot better and more creative. That's what I want to see from. I mean, you go on slaps and you go on the hip hop, and it's same, slightly different, same.
Yeah.
And it's like that all the way through. You can go 20 tracks down and they won't be very different.
No, they won't be. And that's a big problem within that genre specifically, because, if we listen to rock, if we listen to alternative, if we listen to metal, any one of those, right? And we could keep on going down the line as far as music's concerned. Every single one of those genres will definitely have something new going on, where it seems that hip hop is kind of like remaining on kind of like the stagnant. It's kind of like, Dr. Dre retired and hip hop died.
Yeah.
It's basically what we're talking about, because everything kind of like has this regurgitated, style to it. And it's so sad, because there are so many things that you can do with that particular genre. Because if, Dr. Dre started off as, a techno DJ, and then he moved on into the rap game and everything like that. So, so he fused those styles and made this entire, complex of what was rap, and found so many great talents, and, and they're still alive today thanks to Dr. Dre. But not only thanks to Dr. Dre, they are keeping the style alive. So, I mean, there's so many places that hip hop can go with storytelling.
I know. This is the sad thing. It could be so much. I think it's the frustrating thing. It could be so much more. Not necessarily better, or probably better, but so much more than it is. And it's really sad. It's kind of like, country over the years has sort of developed from man and a guitar, Jimmy Rogers type thing, to man with a band and women with a band, and then groups, and then in the 70s that sort of country rock thing, and then in the 80s it became a bit country rock, and the 90s was a bit samey, but it sort of has developed, and they can sing about different life things and story things. And I get it, there's a lot of angry young men out there, and this is a way of doing something that anybody can do. Well, not anybody, because it's quite an art to deliver.
There is
the attacking vocals. There is an art to it.
Yeah.
But the fact that so many people do hip hop and rap on slaps does suggest that it's way more accessible than doing something like singing, musicianship, putting a band together, all those kind of things, and writing, lyrics that go outside of just that immediate drugs, smoking, drinking, girls, cars, gang violence genre. Those sort of lyrical content. You could go way outside of that and take it anywhere, but people don't, and it's really sad. I think it could be so much better.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if we look at like kind of like the immediate past, right? We could talk about, we could talk about the Beastie Boys, we could talk about Vanilla Ice, we could talk about Snow, we could talk about, Snoop, we could talk about Dre, we could talk about a lot of collectives that have been done, in hip hop, and everything kind of like had some meaning to what was going on, right? Where, oh my goodness. Like trying to describe this accurately is going to be really, really difficult without like offending somebody, because everyone's going to get offended these days. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you can't help that. That's not your,
No,
it's
no, no.
offense. This is there's offense to be taken, not to be given. You don't give offense.
Yeah.
It's your view. That's all.
The whole thing is as we're talking about, there could be so much that could be done positively with this genre,
Oh, yeah.
rather than focusing on the negative. Like, if you're going to focus on the negative, then you're going to be stuck in the negative. Okay. So I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this, and I got to make money. To get out of here? We could go back to Tupac, with all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So we went through the whole East Coast West Coast feud thing here, and so everybody who kind of like started off in hip hop was always kind of like talking about like where they're from, what they're doing, and where they need to be. I think those times have passed. I really do. I think it's time for a nice collective of hip hop to start bringing a bit more positive message to everything that's going on out there, as opposed to negativity. Now, granted, there's a lot of negativity out there, but there are a lot of positive things as well. So maybe we could just focus on that. And so we actually had an artist that submitted some music here, last year, man. It was called Noble Bars, and he did a song that was called Around the Bend, and that one was uplifting and positive, and I think that there could be more to that, because myself personally, I get frustrated with the hip hop market because it is always so goddamn regurgitated and so negative, and it's just kind of like, can we just move past this? Like, let's make it good again, Let's make mega. It would be
Murga. Make rap good again. Great again.
Murga.
Murga.
Make it good again. It almost sounded like I said something else, but I did not. So,
make American hip hop great again. Says
let's just make all hip hop good again. How about that?
Keep it. MAGA sounds good.
Yeah.
So, he was wearing a MAGA hat.
Yes. Oh my God, that would be awesome if I got one of those hats printed up that was just red with the like MAHHAG or whatever, right? I can't think of the damn letters right now, but if I got one of those hats like made right now and like walked out tomorrow, this would just be absolutely phenomenal. Like what would happen politically with all that. But man, okay. So
you'd be such an extremist,
Yeah. but here's the thing. So I'm gonna get the Purple Bowl of Destiny did not disappoint. Did not.
You're pleased? That's good.
I am pleased. Once again, I know that we got off on a bit of a tangent right there with it and everything like that, but the song overall, once again, the production quality, the style, the lyrics, the flow. He's a good artist, obviously. He's got his thing down. He knows what he's doing, and I expect bright things right over there. So, yeah. I just wish, as we were talking about, that let's make hip hop great again, please. That's all. So